Happy Motivational Monday and happy almost New Year's. This is Anya Evanson coming at you from my very own humble abode here in Åland, Finland. I regretfully have to inform you all today that I actually already recorded this Motivational Monday video 2 days ago out in a beautiful nature scene with my mom, which I was so looking forward to stand out there and just be in this beautiful environment. I thought it was so fitting for what I wanted to talk about. And my poor mom was standing there for 30 minutes trying to hold the camera and shaking because she was so cold, and she did such a good job. But there ended up being a lot of wind that I was not aware that was going to make sounds in the microphone and the camera. So now I can't really use that video because there's so much wind and it was so distracting. And so I'm so freaking sorry that here I am coming at you in just kind of a plain old environment, but hopefully you'll still get the message and hopefully it will still be just as motivating for you guys. I'll throw in maybe some blooper clips at the end of this video so you can still see the nature scene and still experience a little bit of the beauty of what I was surrounded by when I first tried to record this video. But what I wanted to talk about in today's video is how to stay motivated in 2020 and ask you how you typically start off your new year. Hopefully what I'm about to say in this video is not what you're expecting to hear, because I already think there's a million videos probably out there about how to set New Year's resolutions that stick and how to set SMART goals in 2020 and how to organize your life in the new year. And I think all those videos are probably super important, but what I'm about to say is actually going to be a little bit of the opposite probably of what all of those videos are going to tell you to do. So personally, I've experienced this. I'm sure you've experienced this. Maybe you're about to experience this as we hit 2020. By the way, who else is super excited that it's about to be 2020? I mean, I'm just excited to write it everywhere because that is such a symmetrical number, and I just feel like it reminds me of 2020 vision and everything is becoming clear and it's just going to be a freaking amazing year. Anyways, especially in America, I'm actually not really sure about around the rest of the world, but I know that Americans like to go really, really hard in the beginning of each new year. And I've personally done this myself with some goal that I've set, and you may personally have done this before. And then we always end up wondering, why the heck don't our New Year's resolutions stick? Why can't we just stick to these goals that we set that are so important for us, that we've been thinking about and that we really, really, really want to hit and that we're so motivated to start in the new year, and then they just eventually fizzle out? It's like right when January 1st begins, we go from first to fifth gear and we're just flooring it until we run completely out of gas. Well, if you think about it, if we actually got in a car and drove like that and just floored it continuously without any brakes, without any stopping, and just floored it all the way until we ran out of gas, how long do you think we're actually going to last in that car? And how good do you think that is actually going to be for the car if we drove like that? Just a couple little key pointers there to think about as I get into the meat and vegetables of this video. Or wait, what the heck is that saying? Just a few pointers to think about as I get into the meat and potatoes of this Motivational Monday video. I cannot say that and sound serious. Just a few pointers to think about as I get into the meat and vegetables. Potatoes. Sweet potatoes. Just a few pointers to think about as I get into the main message of this video here today. I went to a yoga class a couple of days ago, and that's actually what inspired this video in the first place. And it was a 90-minute yoga class, and it focused a lot on breathing and twisting in all kinds of ways, opening up the body, just releasing and just being calm. It was a very calm yoga class. And the instructor was very good. She was very calm, yet she was very firm with her words. Sometimes she was playful, but most of all, she was super present in the room, and she was very aware of what she was talking about. And she said a lot of good things, and I wanted to share one of those things with you guys in this video today. And I'm going to say it in Swedish first, because the class was in Swedish, and then I'll translate it. She said, "Det är bra att gasa på, man måste gasa på, men sen måste man återhämta sig." And what that means is that it's good to put your foot on the gas. We do need to put our foot on the gas, but then we also have to remember to recover. We can't forget to recover. Basically, take your foot off the gas every now and then. And why I personally believe is a huge reason why we can't stick to our New Year's resolutions is because, just like I explained, we floor it so hard and then we run out of gas. We basically burn ourselves out and then we try to recover. And it's super hard to recover when you're completely burnt out. I even think a lot of us actually start the new year off, and I personally am a victim of this. I think this is probably why it came into my head, but we start the new year off with some sort of goal that we want to achieve so badly, and we do it almost out of spite because we're almost mad at ourselves for not having started this sooner. So basically, we're killing ourselves in the process trying to reach this goal because we just want it to happen already. We wish it already had happened 3 years ago when we set it as a New Year's resolution. But that just is us starting the whole year off in just a bad state. And we're just starting off almost with bitterness and some, maybe it's underlying, but some underlying resentment towards ourselves. And we're just never going to get very far if we actually have that type of mindset around a goal we're trying to achieve. So the first thing you want to do is if you're going to set a New Year's resolution or set a New Year's goal, make sure that you have good intentions around it and good energy around it. And you're probably more likely already to achieve your goal or your resolution just from following that little guideline versus if you don't think about what kind of energy or intentions you have around your goal. So in order for us to start the new year off right and to make sure that we don't absolutely floor it and burn ourselves out, we're going to talk about a few ways to recover and actually be able to take our foot off the gas. But first, I do want to ask you guys to see 2020 as a marathon. I mean, it is a full year, right? It's 365 days. And I personally would not want to sprint for 365 days, right? So you can't start off by flooring it. You got to look at your goal. Even if you have a million things that you want to change in 2020, great. Let's space them out. Let's start with one thing at a time and let's focus on getting to the 1% and then getting to 2%. If your goal has to do with fitness or getting in shape, fantastic. Let's find a way that's enjoyable for us to actually pursue that goal and not all run to Planet Fitness at the same time, all trying to get on the same treadmill at the same time and hating every single minute in the process. Try something new this year. If you are a person that is attempting the same goal that you did last year and the year before, and you're doing the same thing that you did those previous years, just hoping that it's going to work this time, I'm sorry to say, but it's probably very unlikely that it's actually going to work. So it's going to take a new approach. It's going to take a new way of thinking. And maybe you need to reevaluate your intentions behind that goal. Personally, what I've been doing lately is to really try to take time to just be still and be present in the moment and breathe and not worry so much about how many things I have to do. Because personally, I was the type of person to constantly feel like I'm running out of time all the time. I feel like there was never enough hours in the day for everything I wanted to get done. And so I realized, one of the ways that I am going to feel like I have more time is to just take time and be still. And it's so contradictory because you think that, oh, well, if you're being still, I'm not getting enough done. And so that was why it was really hard for me to overcome this problem because I felt like, well, I just need to work harder. I just need to work smarter. I just need to be more efficient. But that really wasn't the case. And I think especially in the new year, we start off going so hard, and that's a time we need to be really careful with ourselves because that can lead to burnout and that can lead to us beating ourselves up because we're not doing as well as we'd like. You still are human, right? You still have to breathe. So remember to take your foot off the gas every now and again and just stop, look around, experience the moment, and just be. Just like my yoga instructor said, you have to remember to recover. So why I wanted to record this video out in nature the other day is because that is such a form of recovery for me personally. So being out in nature for a while, that's huge for me. Drinking tea, meditating, jumping into a body of water, being with somebody that just completely lifts my spirits, or not setting my alarm and allowing myself to sleep in. These are all big forms of recovery for me. So basically, I just want to ask you guys, what is going to be your form of recovery in 2020? What are you going to do to take your foot off the gas and just recover and breathe every now and again? But just find your way, find your form of recovery, and remember to take those moments a little more often than you probably think you should in the beginning of 2020, just to make sure that you don't burn out. Remember to celebrate your small successes. Remember to celebrate that you're even on your way and that you're trying, and to not beat yourself up. This is a journey and you're going on it, and it doesn't need to be done yesterday. And that's something I need to constantly remind myself of. But I've just noticed that being still and really taking the time just to be with myself and not trying to rush around has helped me accomplish more and helped me find so much more peace in my soul than trying to do too many things at once. So guys, that concludes my Motivational Monday video for the week. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. I will be back next Monday with more content. So if you enjoyed today, if you got something out of it, you can subscribe, you can watch my other videos. But I appreciate you all. Happy last couple days of 2019 and good luck to you in 2020. I'll see you guys next Monday. Peace. Happy Motivational Monday, people of Finland, America, and beyond. Happy Motivational Monday, people of YouTube.
Happy Motivational Monday, du behöver inte titta på det där barnet. Jag kan säga det. Det är Happy Motivational from freaking Monday from freaking cold Finland. Your pants are still on. Yeah, perfect. But they don't show in the video any. Okay, I will not interrupt you now. Okay, det är kallt att sitta på den här.
Det är kallt.
Det ska gå snabbt.
Yes, the last form of recovery for me and for you and for everybody, which we do not do often enough, is breathing.
I can't speak anymore because my mouth has
And I'm done speaking.